They are leading by 25 with just a couple of holes to go. And this is Marcus Taylor, who is actually now not just trying to help his team win the overall. Marcus Taylor has a 4-shot lead to be the medalist in the team competition. And Doug Smith, you won this individual championship back in 2005, but we think back to last year and what the Howard men's team did, winning by 57. Now Florida A&M leading by 25. They could be that next team that makes that jump and plays in the NCAA regionals.
Now look, you want to cap your season off with a national championship. This is that for them, but no one is upset if you do make it to the NCAA regional and have to forfeit this championship. As we take a look here, Justin, at this men's individual leaderboard, Yuki Liu from Michigan. He's doing what he needs to do. We've seen him here before. Can he finish it off?
On the women's individual, all three of these playing on the stadium course. Yuna Shu right now a 2-shot lead. And Yuna Shu is on the green at the 10th as she has made the turn. This now for par.
Only one bogey on her round, came back at the 8th hole. This is an outside chance. I don't want to say that, but she's going to drop a shot here, Justin. And things are going to get interesting as we turn to the back 9.
Yeah, you know, you look at the different leaderboards, and again, we're following 5 different leaderboards today with the men's division, 1-team men's division, 2-team women's team, men's individual, women's individual. And all of these, the men's D2, the men's individual, the women's individual, it's coming down to the wire. As we head out to the signature hole, the 17th hole. We just saw Marcus Taylor at 16. This will be Gonzalo Moreno out of Alabama State University. The 17th hole, playing 129 yards today.
I tell you, this wind, this hole's played downwind all week. Just having to tick off the right at the moment, but this is that pin, that Sunday hole location. And when we look at where this is cut, it is just a nerve-wracking shot.
As he gets ready, we go to 15. Taylor Bell with his second.
Yeah, Bell's got a decent round going overall for the championship. Caught some hiccups here on this back 9. A couple doubles in here.
Back to 17. And Gonzalo Moreno got his leg workout in this morning so he could fit into those shorts.
Every day is quad day. Every day. Don't miss it. So you got just a little help. That flag whipping around starts to swirl here at this corner of the property. This is that hole location, Justin, where you take on that hole, you take on this flag, and deep is not what you want to do, and left is not either.
And left and long is even worse.
Tell you what, once you kind of get slow with the body, that dynamic loft shuts the face down just a little bit. You get a little extra ball speed with a little less spin, and long is always the miss.
Alabama State is second in the men's team competition, but they're 22 shots back. This is Julian Colavecchia out of Chicago State University. Chicago State is in 3rd.
Taking on this right location, that is scary good right there.
Oh wow, he says, you know what, I'm going flag hunting right now. Yeah, that should draw an applause.
And this is one of those whole locations where when you get here for the week, you're preparing for the championship, you know it's going to be over there at some point, and these guys take a dead aim, and I'm here for that all day.
That was really cool.
Get over there, you get to 16, you hit your second shot, you start looking over here at the island green, and we'll see what the low man for FAMU can do.
Marcus Taylor, our top tracer technology, is provided by Chase Sapphire, and that's the leader right now, who's 1 under on his round, has a chance to go to 2 under and +1 for the championship. Those are some nice shots into this hole location.
What, really enjoying Taylor's swing right there. I'm sure from the air he thought he might have had a Uno.
Dilly Sitno here at the 10th for her par. And that is a big swing. So Dilly Sitno with the par putt. Una Chu with the bogey. And that women's individual competition is getting closer and closer. Now, Conrado Chozas. Oh, can he get that one to bend in?
Be the number. Look at that bounce.
Look at this. What a group.
You know what? The expression is like lay a blanket over them. Well, literally, you could lay a beach towel over these balls right here in this back right hole location at 17.
3 of them right there looking at birdie, 1 in the water here at the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. Collegiate Championship presented by ADT, by Chase, and by Kohler. It has already been a great week here in North Florida, in Ponte Vedra, for these men and women, for the most culturally significant championship in collegiate golf, the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. 5 of those trophies will be handed out later on today as we take a look at our Titleist tournament format. By now, we're playing the final 18 holes of this 54-hole stroke play championship over the 2 courses, the Stadium course and the Dice Valley course. Again, 5 divisions will name champions. Men's Division 1 and Division 2. The women's division, men's individual, women's individual. Justin Kutcher alongside Doug Smith here in the booth. The 2002 Players Champion Craig Perks is on the ground at this beautiful place designed by Pete and Alice Dye. And it will certainly set up for some drama as we head out to the 16th. And this is Wenda Pole from Florida A&M, his 4th at the par 5 16th.
Caught the water on the second shot and now can be aggressive. And you can get away with 1 bad shot in a par 5 and try to save a par. And not a lot of zip on that ball, and he's going to have that left for a 5.
So Wenda Pole right now is tied with his teammate Taylor Bell, and this is the 3rd for Bell at 15, and he's going to leave that one in the rough.
Such a difficult shot. I don't think this course gets enough credit for the elevation changes around the green. You have to elevate it, and to do so you need speed, and just didn't have it there.
We jump ahead to the final hole. Patrick Jean-Pierre, part of this Florida A&M team, waiting to celebrate.
Yeah, they've got that hole cut down the front. That's that Wyndham Clark flag, excuse me, and they'll just missed the little bowl and have to put down the ridge. Upcoming for Patrick.
Now the 4th for Taylor Bell. Runs this one by the hole. He'll have that left for a bogey.
Was the low man for the team coming into this round, and really just hadn't been his day, even though he's coming off a birdie at 14.
Florida A&M led by Coach Mike Rice. And you look at what this team consists of. A ton of experience on this team, and they are showing why here this week.
It's going to be a rebuilding year for Coach Mike Rice. Looking forward to seeing how he is going to rebuild this team. And if the stars align and they get out of here with a W, Justin, he's going to have a lot of work to replace a championship team.
You know what, though? It's got to be nice replacing a championship team.
That's fair. Extremely fair.
Back out to 17, where we saw 3 phenomenal shots. Oh, we just got one birdie, got a meal.
They went down there after the helicopter acoustics out here today.
In this group of Marcus Taylor, Gonzalo Moreno, Julian Colavecchia, and Conrado Chozas. And it's going to be Moreno, first to play. He put his tee shot long in the water, had to take a drop, hit his third shot to here. He's now putting, trying to save a bogey. And one thing, Doug, that we've seen all week long, the excitement by these players getting a chance to play one of the most famous par threes in all of golf.
It's really one of the biggest features of the golf course. You know, you get here, and that's really going to be one of the memories that they take away is, hey, what'd you make? You know, I made a birdie. And we talked to J.R. Smith here in the booth yesterday. He's played the course one time. Made a little deuce here at 17.
This is to try to save a bogey for Moreno.
Yeah, it's going to push right early and then work its way back left to right. A little double breaker. See if he gets the speed right. It's a tough putt to get the speed right. Looks like it's more downhill than it actually is.
I mean, you think about it. He's still not going to be the last one to play after these tee shots. That's how good the tee shots were here by Taylor, Colavecchia, and Chosas. It is Marcus Taylor who right now has a chance to get to 2 under for his round. He is the current leader in the medalist category for the team competition.
About a cup and a half out on the left side.
There's one. Nicely done.
Very gentle fist pump, but those are the ones you remember. This hole only cut 3 paces off the right edge, and you probably have another pace of rough and fringe to deal with. So 4 paces from the water's edge, top of the bulkhead, and that's a scary shot to hit. And to take it on from Taylor, I'm impressed.
So he just said, all right, I'm the first to putt for birdie. I made it. Now what can you boys do? Chosas.
Now it's just a putting contest. Anything you can do, I can do better.
2 for 2.
I don't think there's a better drone shot in golf than looking down at the 17th right here.
Now Julian Colavecchia from Chicago State University to make it 3 for 3 here with birdies. Wow, no doubt about it. How about those 3 tee shots all paid off with birdies? Colavecchia coming off back-to-back birdies here at 16 and 17. Today's coverage of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is brought to you by Chase Sapphire. Upgrade your travel and dining experiences with Chase Sapphire. By Kohler, helping people live gracious, healthy, and sustainable lives. And by ADT. When every second counts, count on ADT.
Probably not, Doug.
Welcome to the final round of the 2024 PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship at beautiful TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. The PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is the most culturally significant championship in collegiate golf. Both team and individual champions will be crowned today. The PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is broadcast nationwide thanks to our partners at Golf Channel. We are grateful for their recognition of the importance of this championship. We extend a special thank you to our presenting sponsors, Chase, ADT, and Kohler, for their support of these student athletes competing this week. On behalf of the PGA of America and our more than 30,000 PGA of America golf professionals, we hope you enjoy the final round of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship.
And it is an honor to be here at TPC Sawgrass as Patrick Jean-Pierre putts for birdie for Florida A&M down that slope.
Sure, there's that much break at the end.
But that speed was fantastic.
One of those putts that you see in the Players' Championship over and over, coming down the stretch on a Sunday. That'll be the last putt of his collegiate career coming up.
Zachary Phelps on the tee at 17, the lefty trying to turn one in, get down, and a fish just got hit.
One of these various species of birds. I don't know. I don't even know what they're all called. I've seen sandhill cranes, ospreys out here, red-tailed hawks.
Wow.
Bald eagles.
What else? What else do you know about birds?
That's about all I got right there. They fly. Well, some don't. Penguins, of course. They count as birds.
Patrick Mendel-Pole. He and Taylor Bell at +7 for the championship. Tied for second right now in the medalist competition, chasing their teammate Marcus Taylor, who's 2 under on his round today. Again, Doug, this hole playing today at 129 yards.
Yeah, got just a touch of help in it as well. See if Mendel-Pole can close out this championship. Ooh, getting frisky. That is going to be all the difficulty in the world coming up.
Well, that might be difficult, but this is the final putt of Patrick Jean-Pierre's collegiate career. And you know what? He gets to cap it off, wait around for a little while, and then celebrate with his teammates because they have a 22-shot lead, improved every day. Camilo Marinaraga out of North Carolina A&T.
Just a few seconds ago, that whole location showing a lot of help. Now it's coming back across right to left at the moment. Look at all the swirls here. A little different group than we saw moments ago.
Wants it to get down. I'd be happy with that.
Absolutely. That's going to get better, too.
Well done by somebody that I think J.R. Smith might know a thing or two about. All right, Dilly Sitno with her third at the 11th.
Love how the arms just swang. Got a little off-speed shot there just above the hole.
You see a look there, Yuna Shu. Sitnon is trying to chase down Yuna Shu. You are watching the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire.
Yeah, the PGA America just does such a good job with all of their championships, and they spared no expense with this one either, Justin. It's ran exactly like the PGA Championship. We'll see, and we'll take a trip up to Valhalla here in a couple weeks, or week after next. Right?
No, next week. Yeah,
next week.
You forget what day it is, because here we are going to crown a champion. You think it's a Sunday, but it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Saw Justin Thomas get a hero's welcome. Some billboards. Got the billboard, like the main big billboard in Louisville, just off of 265 right there. And that's good to see, especially being from Kentucky.
Now at the 11th, this is Una Shu for her birdie, trying to extend that lead.
It's a tight lead right now at the moment. Only one shot right now as it stands.
By the way, Doug, you mentioned Justin Thomas next week going back home to Valhalla.
I don't know what you fucking want.
Just yesterday, he put on a display for the first tee of Charlotte in Quail Hollow. He went out to the Charlie Sifford golf course in Charlotte and did a little clinic for some of the juniors out there.
I love when the players take time to give back, especially the busy part of the season.
This is Wenda Pole.
All right, got to be careful on this first bounce, Justin. Have to land on the backside of that bunker. It's going to pick up some pace, then swing. Might have got away with a little chunk there, but I'll take that.
You know what? Give me that 10 times out of 10 times.
All day, every day, twice on Sunday. Or Wednesday, I guess you say.
I mean, he's got 4 clubs with him. Wasn't sure which one he would need.
And I think that's also worth noting. I don't like when I see players go up to a shot with one singular club. Maybe you have 3 shots with one club. Well, you take 2, you've got 6. Take 3, you've got 9. You've got options. You can think through your land, your flight, your trajectory, what you want to do with the club. And I think I appreciate him taking multiple clubs, giving himself the options.
Well, Dilly's sitting on right now, has to make this putt for a par to stay 1 back of Yuna Shu. Oh, this is actually, I beg your pardon, this is for birdie right now, so she could tie Shu.
Very big putt. We're starting to come down the stretch. We've got the par 5 12th coming up. You can tie the lead right here, and then, pardon the Kentucky pun, then you start jockeying back and forth. I'm still in derby mode here.
It's okay. We have Kentucky State participating, the Thoroughbreds.
Just tied it all together. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just off the left. Well, there's the break that I saw.
Yeah.
Glad I misread that.
Yep. It'll be a par for the junior from Eastern Kentucky. Originally was playing at Texas Southern. Hails from Thailand. On this warm day, just trying to get some shade if you can. Well, Marcus Taylor had a monster tee shot at the 18th. That's just a flip wedge.
And he's going to have another great look at birdie. And guess what? The only player in the entire field under par today on the stadium course, Marcus Taylor.
Taylor Bell with his 3rd at the 16th. Marcus's teammate.
In the past 2 days, that would have been a fantastic play. That's where the hole was cut. Now he's got a cross-country effort downhill and down green.
Not happy with that effort. Now here is the leader in the women's individual championship, Yuna Shu, for her par. And Yuna Shu, out of San Diego, plays for British Columbia. She has a one-shot lead at the moment in the women's individual competition.
Yuki's a couple under. And Doug, Yuki Lee's a couple under par as well out here today, stadium. My pleasure.
Welcome back to the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, presented by Chase Sapphire on this Wednesday afternoon at TPC Sawgrass. You're watching action on the stadium course. There's also action going on the Dyes Valley course, but we head out to the 18th at the stadium. And this is Marcus Taylor, who has a chance for birdie to get to 3 under on the day, but guess what? He will not get the birdie, but that's going to be a 2 under 70, and he is going to be the medalist for the men's team competition. What a great round played right there by Marcus Taylor.
Yeah, you look at his scorecard, 5 birdies on the round. A little hiccup kind of in that 5 to 8 range, played that 3 over, but wow, what a round.
Our ADT leaderboard, men's Division I, Florida A&M, just about to wrap it up in a clean sweep. Could have the top 3 and the medalist and also the team championship, and it's going to be quite a day for the Rattlers. We go back to the 11th. Yuki Liu, 3rd shot. Craig Perks is there.
Yeah, had to lay it up, drove it wildly left. This from 105, and another gorgeous short iron from Yuki.
Yuki Liu 2 under on his round. He's 3 under for the championship, and a chance to really scramble to keep it at 3 under. The wind just starting to pick up. Yuki Liu leading by 3 over Eric Liu. Steve Kabari making a bit of a jump, but Yuki Liu playing some good golf right now.
Yeah, coming into the week, I had my eye on Steve Kabari there from Dalton State. Made an eagle at the 11th, Steve, and He's doing everything he can to keep himself in this championship, but Yuki's just not letting him get any space.
No, but you know what I like about this men's individual is that they're all out there. No one's giving it up, right? Yuki Liu is 2 under on the day. Eric Liu is 1 under. Kabari's 1 under. Justin Sun is 2 under. They're all trying to really chase it and get there. We jump ahead to the 16th, and Taylor Bell has this putt for a long birdie attempt.
And you see that green change right down there. Now this is downhill, down green. Always difficult to get the speed right when you're dealing with green changes and elevations.
Put a mark on it.
Yeah, but just a freshman though, Justin. He's got plenty of time. Learn how to play better. Mature as a player.
Go back to the 11th. Craig Perks is there.
Our belief is going to be Quintaro to hit first. He went long and left. He only had 160 yards from a very awkward lie. But he's been very conservative today, Doug. Off the tees, had a lot of irons, but you know, even partners around, got a lot of green with which to work here. You can land it in the low area and let it release down.
Aniyama out of Purdue, like Justin Sun.
Yeah, and Steve Burkowski, who was part of the broadcast, passed on some notes from Quintaro. You know, loves the grind, great putter. He's one of the things that the notes he gave me, struggles with accuracy. Maybe that's why he's been a little bit more conservative, but the short game has been shining from what I've seen today. This one needs just to release over the hill.
Just checked up, had too much spin on it.
Yeah, Eric Liu next to play. And he is dazzled with some short game. Hit it over the green at the 8th, which is impossible. Got the ball up and down. Things in his favor here, Doug. He's going to land this either in the fringe or just on the green. That is an upslope. So this is really not too difficult a shot.
Like one you can scare the hole with right here.
Absolutely.
Overall, how do you think you would rate that one?
It's difficult pitching around this golf course, Justin, so I think that was pretty good. These greens are very firm, starting to dry out more and more. They're changing color, as you see in the Players' Championship throughout the week, and this is Championship Wednesday. You see on Championship Sunday at the Players, they turn that different shade, and it's nearly a very light shade of green.
Now Sparky Arichat-Vacan, who's won this event, has this putt for eagle, and that would really get him going.
Yeah, hasn't had a birdie yet, and a couple of bogeys up and over that rise, down the hill. Should be breaking right around the hole. Looking for good speed here.
That was a good speed. Arichat-Vacan tied for 2nd last year, 1 shot behind CM Nixon. And he is trying to get himself back to even for the championship, and he knows what it takes to win a championship. 2 years ago, he won this event by 8 shots. Sparky Arichat-Vacan out of the University of Delaware, hails from Bangkok, Thailand, a senior.
There's a lot of things I like about his game, mostly the patience that he shows on the golf course. He seems to kind of wait around until he gets an opportunity, and then he pounces.
Now Steve Kabari on the tee at 13, playing 156.
Yeah, needs a good one right here. Justin can go a long way for his confidence. Hold down left.
Took it right over the flagstick, just off the green.
You know, those are the shots you think you make in the air, and you're just licking your chops, and then you're just like, oh, the disappointment.
Dilly's sitting on her 2nd at the 12th.
Had a great angle right there. Used it to her advantage, right hole high. Some 9 feet above the hole. Now, this is that part of the course, Justin, where you have to take advantage. Saw Kendall Jackson here yesterday from Howard almost drive the screen. You see Holy Shoe trying to do what her playing partner just did. See if that gets over the ridge. Wow. A lot of forward momentum there with just a short wedge shot.
Oh, I love that look. You know, without the buildup with the grandstands.
Yeah. Different course out here without the grandstands.
Well, the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is brought to you by the PGA of America. That's more than 30,000 PGA of America golf professionals. We love this game. All right, here is Yuki Liu for birdie at 11.
I was really impressed, Justin, watching him warm up. Really prepared for the round. Had a lot of cuts, a lot of hooks, had a lot of putts of this length, and 3 under on his round today. Incredible.
Yuki Liu, you saw that fist pump. Look at his scorecard right now, clean with 3 birdies and separating himself in this race to be the men's individual champion. At the 18th, Wenda Pole from Florida A&M.
Yeah, needs a little help with that bounce. Did he catch the top of the ridge? That's going to stay just above it, but looking at Patrick right there playing from the fairway. This is a tough fairway to hit. You have to take the ball all the way over the water off the tee, trying to play it down the left, as we discussed with Craig yesterday. As Sparky's trying to clean up now.
He does, and a birdie for him.
It's just impressive how difficult that tee shot is at 18, and these guys and gals just hit it right in the fairway, no pressure.
It's easy to smile after a birdie, right? A 2-putt birdie?
It only counts as 1 putt, just off the fringe.
True, true.
See Kyrie Moodley there striding off the back.
What kind of bird is that? Oh, you missed it.
One that flies. That's what counts.
Kyrie Moodley +4 on a round for today. 6 off the lead in the individual, but she is coming off a birdie at the 11. A rough go of it on the front.
Yeah, but she's a grinder, though. A lot of fighting, Kyrie, and wouldn't be surprised if this scares the hole as well. Sometimes you have those rough days, and something just magically changes. We'll see if that happens here for Kyrie Moodley.
Got some speed on it. Nicely judged. She'll have that left for her par at the 12th. Put a mark on it, and let's go to 17. And Taylor Bell, his tee shot.
Yeah, he likes to play very aggressive. Has to be careful not to really take on this flag. Got to avoid a big bounce.
Oh, just stays up. Now Yuna Shu at the 12th has this for birdie to give herself a little bit of breathing room.
Just take the pain out of the back of the hole, putting uphill just off the right side. Be aggressive with this one.
No birdies on the day, 2 bogeys, the rest pars. I love the little pop bunker.
And the ryegrass just giving it that pop. And
all right, let's go to 13. Steve Kabari from just off the green has this putt for a birdie.
Watch this thing start to swing. Downhill. Doesn't seem like the balls are coming off the ridge. You know, right now we've got the grass trying to change over. That ryegrass that we play for the players into the Bermuda for the summer.
Now Dilly's sitting on here for birdie at 12.
Playing this well outside the hole.
Almost at that mark.
Just trying to die pace, trying to tie this lead.
That one definitely snapped. I like that. I like seeing a collegiate player not put the mark on it right there from close up. Just go up and say, I'll finish, I'll putt out.
Depends on their mindset, right? If it's a bogey putt or a long par putt, you run it by 2 or 3 feet. Go ahead and put some change on it.
Yep.
Let's calm back down. But you got everything rolling the right direction. Go ahead and knock it in. I just need more drone shots in golf. How great is this look?
Nicely done right there by Prachia. Javni Prachia from North Alabama. That was a birdie after a great approach shot.
Puts her in a 3-way tie now for third.
And now Yuna Shu has this for her par.
You know this is off the left edge, but don't have to hit it.
Oh, just snuck it in. She will head to the 12th with a 1-shot lead. A 1-shot lead in the women's individual. It's a 3-shot lead in the men's individual, all being played on the stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. Oh, another great look here at the 18th as we welcome you back to the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Kohler. The drone picks up some speed as this Florida A&M is picking up some speed towards a celebration. Patrick Wendapole, this for birdie. Again, 5 players, only 4 scores count. Wendapole right here for birdie. Oh,
just stop rolling on. You see that forward press right there?
Yeah.
Jordan Spieth, a little extra than Jordan Spieth.
Well, guess what? This tap-in will cap off the championship for the men's Division I team competition. A final round 78 for Patrick Wendapole. There is one more player, Taylor Bell, who's on the 17th. As we go back to the 12th, and Harry Chet Bacon, his second.
At 158, and the wind straight down, and this is going to land in the right spot, I believe, and get that one bounce forward.
He liked it. Craig Burks, he had the club twirl.
It was certainly deserving of club twirl there. These greens are getting very firm.
John V. Procchio coming off the birdie at 12. Tee shot at the 13th.
I'm going to aim this at that highest pine right of the flag. Some 20 paces or so. Or you can aim it right at the flag.
That's looking pretty good.
A little ridge right there, a little backstop. Should slow it down a little bit. Yep, that's a good shot.
All right, now it's Yuki Liu, the leader.
113. And the wind laying down. Check this one out. Another fabulous short iron.
Oh my goodness, Craig. These guys really putting on a show right now.
To 13. And the women's leader, Una Shu. Take a look at this with our top tracer technology. Brought to you by Chase Sapphire. Trying to bend this one in. Just gets over.
What a wicked bounce. Bounce just off the edge there. I think all things considered, she got a little fortunate there that carried that extra foot.
All right, Eric Liu. Now his second at the 12th.
Yeah, 668 yards, a very awkward angle. And I just think maybe Dougie might have been too close, decided to hit drive. I'm not sure that was a play off that tee.
Yeah, very questionable call there. You want to give yourself some space, especially landing on that downslope there in the middle of the green.
Now Kyuri Moodley tied for 3rd right now in the women's individual.
She doesn't like it. If she can get a bounce somehow. Rightfully so. In front of the green.
She's on the green, but a long putt. There's a mini celebration. They know it. The Rattlers know it. And Doug, you went to Florida A&M.
I stopped by, yeah.
Made a visit. They are the Division I champions. And they did it in grand fashion. Now Dilly's sitting on.
Have to play it right over the bunker. You landed short on that line. You can get a kick and a bounce left. There it is. Just firm bounce. We'll check back in with Craig Perks here in a minute, but the way these balls are landing on these green complexes, you're getting that hollow, dry sound. The ball's just bounding forward.
At what point do you take, I guess, notice of that when you're playing and you say, okay, you know what, I may have to have my landing spot be 5 yards shorter?
I think given the wind that we've had the last few days, you know the greens are going to start to dry out, and as they dry out, that first bounce becomes apparent. But we've got more for you from the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championships when we return right here from Sawgrass.
The most culturally significant championship in golf heads to Whistling Straits for the 2025 PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, presented by Chase, ADT, and Kohler. Of course, Whistling Straits and Wisconsin, the home to Kohler, and David Kohler was on site this week talking about the importance of this event as we go back out to the course. And Arijit Vacan, this for birdie at 12.
A lot of movement, slinging downhill to his right.
He'll tap in for a par. Yuki Liu, Greg, you've been watching him, and his short irons have been on point today.
Yeah, pretty quick putt. This for 3 straight birdies to push everyone away.
Some would say he's on a heater right now.
I'd say it. Absolutely.
Yuki Liu trying to run away with this individual men's competition.
Greg, are you as impressed as I am at this scorecard we're getting to look at on the screen right now? He's birdied the last 3, had 1 on the front side, and clean card right now here at Sawgrass.
Doug, I would say these greens are firmer than they were throughout the entire week for the Players Championship.
Wow. That's a statement from a past champion.
Now up ahead to 13, Kyrie Moodley has a long putt for birdie.
There's a tongue coming off this shelf right here that could push this ball right. There'll be some late left in it.
But look at this.
Fantastic
read. Yes. Oh! Moodley from way downtown.
Man, you got to hold your hand up. Tell people it's night time, a la Steph Curry. Wow, what a putt.
Hey, Charlotte's where Steph Curry is originally from, as Del Curry was a legend with the Charlotte Hornets. And Moodley right now with that putt moves herself into solo third. And it's only fitting that with that putt, as we now see Yuna Shu, who's leading right now, the women's individual from off the green, her birdie putt, that we bring in a guy who is known for his long distance shooting ability in the NBA, J.R. Smith. JR, it's great to have you once again here joining us on the broadcast for the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championships. You're a player for North Carolina A&T, and just that last putt that we saw from Moodley, that was, I mean, from where you'd shoot from in the NBA.
First of all, I appreciate you having me. Yeah, that was a heck of a putt. I'm actually over here ordering this new lab putter to get my putter right. So trying to figure that out. Definitely, I took a great lesson over with Clay Myers earlier to get my distance control going. So, but to see these guys putting in these conditions with the pressure on the line and making these putts is really remarkable.
Here is Dilly sitting on a very big putt right now. Again, 1 back of Shu. This would put her into a tie, playing for a big break.
I gave this all the credit in the world, trying to drip it down the ridge. Got away just a touch. Now we're going to be in that 4-foot range coming back up this hill. Eastern Kentucky Colonel, shout them out. Richmond, Kentucky.
Those are not the putts that you want to have come back for a par.
Never. You want to gauge the distance control well with those putts, but at the same time, she's 1 back, so she has to kind of push go on the round. You know, it's one thing to sit around and be patient, but then at some point as a player, you got to go out and try to make things happen. Well, sometimes you pull it off, and then sometimes that's when the round can also get away from you.
Now here's Javni Prakya. Almost a Michelle Weed type putting stance.
I feel like Michelle only used that to win the U.S. Open. Otherwise, she had multiple seasons where she had different stances. But yes, the Michelle Weed of
the U.S. Open champion at Pinehurst. Yeah. Hey, how about what's going on right now at Upper Montclair Country Club? It plays host to an important event on the LPGA Tour. That's the Cognizant Founders Cup. And Nelly Korda has a chance to go for 6 in a row. That's right, 6 wins in a row for Nelly Korda. Coverage begins tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern on Peacock, then at 7 p.m. Eastern on Golf Channel. Nelly Korda was at the Met Gala this week, and to think about what she's doing and what's going on right now in women's sports. You have Caitlin Clark with the WNBA. You have Nelly Korda with the LPGA. There are some big-time stories in the sports world.
I love hearing the story from Nelly. You know, at the Met Gala, she said she had been starstruck, meeting all the stars from music, entertainment.
Tilly has this now to save her par.
Get this outside the hole.
Well, that is a nice clutch par putt.
And very impressed with how she's hanging around. Just needs to find a birdie somewhere, and maybe 16 provide the opportunity. But there's a lot of golf to be played between now and the house. Anything can happen here, Justin.
Yeah, the way that this course plays out sets up for drama. And now Eunice Shu trying to save her par to keep that one-shot lead.
There's a tranquility to her putting stroke that I really enjoy, but that's pulled.
And all of a sudden we have a tie at +4. JR, if you can, talk about the pressure. You on a basketball court, which is your home, to now trying to transfer over. What is it like trying to play in that collegiate golf tournament as Kabari is trying to sink a long putt?
Well, you know, you learn so much about yourself and what type of player you really are. It's completely different from going out and playing with your boys. You know, you're trying to fire at pins and just go for every par 5 and 2. You really got to hone us in your skill and trust your game and trust the process of what you've done on the range and so many times over and over again to translate to basketball so well, because on the basketball court in practice and you play against so many great players, you get an opportunity to really hone us in your skills, and then by the time the game time comes, you have the confidence to just go pull off some of the tricks and some of the shots you have. One of my favorites was a step back jumper going left, and I can't tell you how many times I practiced that shot, but how many times have I really hit that 15-foot putt that goes left to right, about 4-foot break, going downhill, you know? So just trying to find those nuances and on the course of your round and just trying to find something to rally off of.
Well, right now, this man Yuki Liu is, as we would say in basketball, in the zone. 3 birdies in a row.
Yeah, very difficult hole location with this wind in from the left. You can use the contour, and that did not miss it by much. About 3 feet left of that, guys, is going all the way down to the flag.
Well, he's had the wand working today, Mr. Perks. We'll see if he can roll one down there. Get that 4th one in a row. Just impressive stuff we've seen. Yuki Liu, Wolverine.
Doug, you've won this event as the individual. So right now for Yuki Liu, with a 4-shot lead, are you just aiming middle of the green, or are you still staying aggressive?
Well, that's debatable for me. I'd try to step on everybody's throat. I want to see how many I can win by and test myself mentally, because this is not going to be the last championship he plays in, and we'll try to get a gauge of how well you kind of play under pressure in case you need it later in life. That's just me.
Doug, I think if we watch Scotty Scheffler play, when he got out, he won by 5 2 years ago and by 4 this year. He got to a point where he pushed people away early in that back 9 and then never made a mistake, and then he made everyone else chasing him force some issues, and there is disaster around every corner here. So I would play more conservatively. Center of the greens is what most of the champions have done in the Players, but it's all dependent on your own personality, no question about it.
Well, we know Doug's personality.
That's it.
You don't get a ring from laying up.
Don't get a ring from going right there either.
Back to 13.
Yeah, and this wind is really swirling. It's from the left. But again, ultimately, if you're trying to get to this flag, you might want to try and hit a little draw and hold it up against it. Looks like Sparky cutting it, trying to get it up way in the air. And tremendous shot to get it hole high there on a really aggressive line.
That was worth the club tour, and that's what we're talking about, Craig, is once we get kind of to this point, like you mentioned, other players are going to have to take on some hole locations that they might not necessarily aim at. Trying to chase down Yuki Liu.
Yeah, you don't have to take it on. You can if you want. You can use the contour here. Again, this is only the second time these guys have played in competition, maybe one practice round. But again, the safer play, center of the green, and you let the contour, which is about 18 feet right of the hole. This started left as well.
Nanayama going right at it. What a shot right there by Kentaro Nanayama, trying to get to 1 over. Now on the 14th, Yuna Shu. And Yuna Shu has that one trickle into the bunker. So all of a sudden, a tie for the women's individual at +4 through 13 with Shu and Sittenon. It is getting exciting here on this final wet day in the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship.
Yeah, you don't want to go after these flags. You can make 6 in a hurry on this hole. Jay, if you got what's he got? 4-shot lead? Yeah, I wouldn't even hit it. I wouldn't even look at any flag. Incredible.
We welcome you back to the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, presented by ADT. On a great day where things are shaping up on this stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. It's getting everybody excited. Got to cool off, take a dip in the water. Justin Kutcher, Doug Smith with you here in the booth, joined by J.R. Smith, and on the ground, the O2 Players Champ, Craig Perks. We're headed out to the 14th in this women's individual competition. Una Shu and Dilly Sitno, they are tied at +4, but both are not exactly in the ideal situation here at the 14th.
Saw some of the ball on top for Dilly, and a bit of a downhill lie as well. Got to guard against this ball coming out flat. It's not going to have much spin on it. There's some space front right that you can use the ground and run one up. But choked down about 1.5 inches on this stick.
That did not come out the way she was hoping for. Hook left immediately into that bunker.
Hey, with these bunkers running like 2 on the step meter right now, that ran 20 yards through that bunker.
All right, now Yuna Shu. Doug, can she get up and over those trees? Does she have to go around? What do you do right now when you're tied for the lead?
I'll tell you, we're just looking right of the green. You can get a big bounce off the side hill right there. Best case scenario, you leave it down in front, try to get up and down.
She definitely caught some of the tree, and that was not her intention.
Yeah, both players in trouble right now at the 14th. And she goes to grab a rake and clean up where she was. This is going to be a very interesting result. I'll go back and take another look at it. Contact sounded good. Looked like she tried to play like a little low punch shot that shot up and hit the tree. Couldn't tell if that got back to the bunker, Justin.
Yeah, did it get back to the bunker? Is it in the penalty area? We'll go back 1 to 13. Eric Liu has a putt for birdie.
Yeah, very quick down the hill. Should move to the right. The green may hold it up.
Yeah, hold on. Really nicely judged. Eric Liu 4 back of Yuki Liu right now. Eric Liu, a sophomore out of North Alabama, has 3 top 10 finishes this year. Now Yuki Liu
would have got some information from Eric again on a very similar line. So quick once it crests that slope and straight down green. So quick. Just be careful of the pace.
Oh, just rolls it past it, but really another good putt by Yuki Liu. Snaps the streak of 3 birdies in a row.
Yeah, he saw that ball move a little left going past the hole. That'll give you a little info. Coming back up. I don't know if it has much right in it. Craig, that ball kind of turned direction on him right as it passed the hole.
Yeah, the subtleties, man. Once this overseed is dying off, it's some unusual breaks around the hole.
Sparky, Ari Chadvagan keeping the pin in like he's been doing all week for birdie.
Yeah, he's seen 2 balls rolling down the hill, so got a lot of good information.
Oh, he's draining it. Gets him back to even for the championship. That's his first birdie of the day, and you think about the holes coming up, what can happen. All right, now Yuna Shu did get the bounce into the bunker, so this is her 3rd at the 14th.
They're also in that little awkward range. She's around 75 yards and just under a full sand wedge.
Again, seemed to take it in a bit low. And all of a sudden, she's in danger of dropping a shot for the 2nd straight hole.
From having the lead an hour ago to now trying to fight.
And Doug, let's not forget, I mean, with Shu in trouble, Sitno in trouble, you've got Moodley coming off that huge birdie putt previously. All of a sudden, she might be in. And this is Mike Rice. Oh, there it is. A Taylor Bell pick it up, and let's start celebrating.
Well, that is what you want to see. The Rattlers, Florida A&M, taking the men's Division I title. And there's no better shower in sports.
How about what this means for that man right there, Mike Rice?
An individual medalist in 2000 in this championship. The last time that the Rattlers won the team competition, my team, we were unable to get it done. Man, what a happy day for FAMU. Justin, they say in Tallahassee the Rattlers will strike, strike, and strike again.
They did, and again, trying to be that next team from the HBCU schools to make that jump to make it to the NCAAs. Can they follow in the footsteps of Howard?
Mike is going to have a lot of rebuilding to do. 4 of the 5 players we see there will graduate. 2 with their masters. Job well done.
Now Dilly in the bunker. This her 3rd shot.
That was acoustically sound.
But again, a lengthy putt there for her par. So there's a chance that both Shu and Sitno both drop back to +5. Here's Yuki Liu. This is for his par. I mean, he is just playing such good golf right now. A perfect scorecard, making everyone chase him down. Yuna Shu now +3 on the day, +4 for the championship, in a tie right now for the lead, but has this putt for a long par.
You start to think about the pressure of the moment, having a lead, running out of holes. Well, she's made 3 bogeys today, and by some stroke of magic, can she find the hole here?
JR, how do you settle yourself down when you've had a lead, when you're in a position like this, and all of a sudden you've dropped a couple of shots in the last couple of holes?
Just try to go back to what got you there. Try to get back to that same mindset. Try to just hit the center of the fairway, hit the center of the greens, and try to make a couple pars. Just try to rally back the hole. Like, things can get a little squirrely, going a little left, going a little right, but just stay in the course, understanding, just not trying to get too tight and trying to get too technical with it.
That was Yuki Liu, his tee shot going a bit right, and so all of a sudden, for the first time today, we're seeing Yuki Liu in a little bit of trouble. Now John V. Prachia. His putt for birdie at the 14th.
Yeah, gave him a little gusto right there, and that was a good time to do it. Just played this hole stellar. Found the fairway, found the green inside of 20 feet, and you got to give yourself a chance. She did that.
I know, Doug, you had talked about Kayuri Moodley coming into this week, and Kayuri Moodley did not get off to the start that she wanted to, and her round yesterday is 77. But because of that putt that she made for birdie, because of the trouble that we're seeing now from Shu and Sitno, all of a sudden there could be a huge swing here down the stretch.
If she can convert, pick up maybe 1-2 shots, and she's 4 shots back at the moment in solo 3rd. Just got to start chipping away. Maybe if she gets to around 2 shots coming off a 16 green, that might be the goal right now. See if she can shoot up this leaderboard.
Dilly had 3 bogeys on the front at 1, 3, and 6. A birdie at 8, all pars since. She has not had a bogey on this back 9, and she's got this putt here to save her par.
Tell you what, though, going bogey, nothing really happens as it relates to what she has to do. That's 0 there. But they'll give you a lot of confidence.
Just not enough. It was on a good line, and she will have her 4th bogey of the day.
See, with Shu about to make likely a bogey. Still some hope for the Colonel.
Now this is a huge putt for Moodley. to get to +7, close that gap.
Be a 2-shot swing right here, Justin.
Oh, and she does. A little fist pump as well for the senior out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Plays at UNC Charlotte. 3 birdies in her last 4 holes, making a run.
And she's found something at the turn, and tell you what, hopefully she can turn on the afterburners and catch the leaders at the moment. No bargain here for Shu, though, Justin.
No, not at all. And this would be to save a bogey. She does. But this women's individual competition has gotten a little bit tighter. It's now down to 2.
Seems like it was a battery.
Yeah, we got him. Yeah. Yeah, he's very lucky.
A look at the men's individual leaderboard here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Kohler. Yuki Liu playing some fantastic golf. 4 under on his round today. 5 under for the championship. He leads by 4. An errant tee shot, though, at the 14th. And he may have caught a big break. Eric Liu, this is his second at the 14th.
Yeah, 147 and a good lie. He just had to get it up so quickly up and over the trees, and he's done that. Had to go left to the flag, and he's going to find the green. That's an excellent shot.
He's got an excellent swing, too, does this Eric Liu. Now Steve Kabari at the 15th for birdie.
Trying to get back in the mix, and gotta feel like there's a lid on it right now for him.
All right, after all the movement now, we go to 15 with less than driver. Is Dilly sitting up? Tied for the lead at +5.
Okay, that's what you got to do. Find the fairways.
All right, let's go back to 14. We see Yuki Liu here. And Craig Perks, we saw the errant tee shot. What's the situation with his second?
a tremendous break to go find it first of all and have a shot. He's got to go low, and I think if he can skirt the rough, then they have a chance. Yeah, listen, we're obviously he was trying to get at the green, but he got caught up in the rough. He didn't miss his landing spot by more than 5 yards, and it would have got very close to the front of the green, so a little unfortunate. Again, now, yeah, I talked about this yesterday. Just avoid making 6. Yeah, you made a mistake off the tee. A little unfortunate with the second. I don't think you can take direct line at the flag here. You've got some limbs. Get it on the green and just 2-putt and get the hell out of here.
Now, Kayuri Moodley, she's making a run at the 15th, the one-handed finish.
Oh, and that's her miss. Her miss is to overcook it, hit that big draw.
Oh, she just caught a break, too. It kind of went up that root of the tree, came back down, and she should have some type of a swing. Yuna Shu and Sitno at +5, Moodley at +7. And the way, again, that this stadium course is set up, you never know what can happen down these final 5 holes.
It's a fairway you want to hit it down the right side of. You see that overhanging limb just above her head. It's going to push your sight line out left, but best angle on this tee shot down the right. Try to challenge this back left hole location.
That was a quick pickup of the tee. She likes it for good reason. All right, now back to Yuki Liu, his third.
And just keep it under the brow. This needs to get down and bring that back bunkers into play. That's a huge mistake there. Now you're absolutely bringing 6 into play.
And when you bring 6 into play, you start bringing Eric Liu back into play in this championship.
Greg, how's his spirits right now? Does he seem a little shell-shocked seeing that shot come off?
Yeah, I think he's been really composed, to be honest with you. Now, this is really the first adversity he's had all day. We've talked about his 4-under. He hasn't made a bogey, but you talked about Eric Liu. He's got a 15-25 footer. This could literally be a 3-shot swing right here on the 14th hole, and that's what can happen at this golf course. You get out of position, you play it a little bit too aggressively, big numbers come in a hurry.
JR, what's it like when you can kind of sense that momentum switch and being that athlete, that competitor, trying to capitalize on something like this?
Well, it's different in golf. You kind of let it come to you. Basketball, you kind of attack it and ride that wave. Golf is a little different from the standpoint of you don't want to get overzealous with what you got going on in your thought process. And for me, I just try to keep it as simple as possible and just try to roll with the punches. Try not to get too high when I make a birdie. Try not to get too low when you make a bogey or double.
How aware of you? Okay, so like right now, you have got Yuki Liu in trouble, going to be hitting his 4th shot. You're Eric Liu. You've got a chance at birdie. There is that opportunity for a 3-shot swing. How alert and aware are you of this?
I mean, you're fully alert and aware of it. I would assume you're locked in. At this point, you just want to get out of there with the lowest numbers possible, and put more of the pressure on your playing mate. If you're already playing with a lead, just try to minimize your mistakes and try to make them make a move.
Craig Perks, you know all about the pressure here at this golf course, and put yourself in Yuki Liu's shoes right here.
I just want to pass on. Steve Burkowski gave me this note about Yuki, and he said when he starts to slow down, he overthinks things and he complicates matters, and he's really sort of put this in neutral. Again, pretty difficult pitch coming from the downhill line, the rough, and everything running away from you. Be a good shot to get within 10 feet here. It's pretty well done, to be honest with you.
That is what he has left for a bogey.
Hey, what though? You look at the playing partners he's with, and they have to take advantage of this situation and with Sparky over the back. Needs a good one here.
Yeah, the ball was not sitting well. So it was a difficult one, up and over that little rise and down the hill, changing of green. Tough to get all that figured out.
With all this going on, you've had Nanayama and Eric Liu waiting to still hit their putts. All right, Kyrie Moodley testing that backswing. What kind of shot does she have?
Well, the unfortunate part is she's got some 30 yards of bunker to contend with on this shot. And hard to tell if she can keep it low and long enough. But she is looking out right. She can just get this back in play, avoid this bunker. That's really all you can hope for.
How about that?
Needs full flaps right now. Might pull the ripcord.
All in all, though,
acceptable. Extremely acceptable. Good shot, even.
I mean, the escape. Eric Liu now for a birdie. And Craig Perks, this is a big putt right here in this championship.
Yeah, it's a tough one to read. The first part of it's uphill, then it crests, and then there's a change of green, goes left around the hole.
Oh, don't run out of speed.
Wow. And that's exactly what he just said. Wow, he thought he had it. Now Yuna Shu, her second at the 15th.
I love her position. Not a lot of room behind this flag. You want to take on this flag stick.
That's a mistake right there by Yuna Shu from the middle of the fairway. You can see, I mean, her face is getting flush in the heat. Chad Vacan has this for par at the 14th.
Yeah, just Sparky hadn't had his best stuff today, as well as he's played in this championship before. Third bogey of the round.
All right, this now the second for Dilly at the 15th.
Yeah, 31 paces on from the front edge. Nothing more than a 9-iron. Flighting it down.
That one will trickle off the green as well. So look at that. 3 balls long at 15.
Still smiling, though.
Now this a big bogey attempt. Oh, no. Wow. Yuki Liu nearly saved the bogey. Instead, a double. And he drops to 3 under. All of a sudden, the men's individual championship just got a lot closer. It's down to 2 shots. Eric Liu on the tee.
3-wood's the right play. Not a lot of airspace between the trees on the right and left. This is a very difficult tee shot. When you go left, you run out of room pretty quickly, and this is where that's headed. Doug, it requires a cut, but most trees on the left are really close.
You know what? I always found when you start to get a little nervous, that body gets a little slow on you as a right-handed player, and the left is the miss.
This is the third shot for Una Hsu. And Hsu, who is playing such great golf now, is in trouble of dropping yet another, has that putt for a bogey. Now Madison Rincon on the 18th out of the University of Montevallo for birdie.
Let's see if we can get the Falcons flying.
Oh yeah, way to close out that round. Madison Rincon, a 75. Now Yuki Liu on the tee with an iron.
Yeah, 440 with an iron is going to leave you a long second, and this is going to miss the fairway.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do when you're laying back, Craig.
Exactly. I think on this one you would like to actually be more aggressive. Force it down there with the driver, even with a cut.
Dilly Sitno now, her third at the 15th.
And got to be careful with the spin. Now got none of it. Zero check on that pitch shot. Straight down grain.
Back to the tee at 15.
And with the wind direction more just south, it's actually not helping. It's more just right to left. The difficulty from where these guys are playing, from where the pros play it, the players, you're actually further back and you can take it over the top. And Sparky's done that. He carries it to the bunker, which it didn't.
Just goes to show you the difficulty of this golf course. The tee shots, doesn't seem like there are any easy ones. You're watching the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire. Justin Kutcher alongside 2005 individual men's champ Doug Smith, the 2002 players champ Craig Perks, J.R. Smith, our special guest here in the booth. And J.R., what's your take on what we're see transpiring here in the late afternoon?
Some amazing golf, honestly. To give these kids the credit to what they're doing at a championship golf course like this it's really commendable. The women are really putting phenomenally, obviously.
On cue.
The short game has really been impeccable. To see them in some of the spots they're in and still be able to get up and down and save bogeys, and you know, to be a +5 right now on a championship golf course is a really good number.
Now Steve Kabari at the 15th. Excuse me. This is at 16. He's now at +1, trying to make a run here.
Yeah, had to try to go for this green. If that's got some juice on it, might swing around.
Settle.
No. Oh, wow. You know, Craig Perks and I were talking about this very shot. Similar place where he hit his 4-iron in 2002, but there was more rough and a little upslope on the back of that green back then. They flattened it out. Kabari not getting good luck.
Now Moodley trying to save her par. She cannot. So you just goes to show you how big that par saving putt was by Una Hsu. Now Dilly has a par putt to stay even with Hsu.
You can see that this putt breaking ever so gently. Her right to left. See the tilt in the cup. Talk about a par save right there from Hsu. Now this is a big putt as well, just to keep pace. Giving this putt the full treatment, and rightfully so.
Oh yes, she gets it to drop. Those were two clutch par saving putts.
Tell you what, I said that's going left to right. I'm glad I'm not out there putting here at the stadium, of course, because I've read like 3 putts backwards today, and I have no shame in it at all.
Yeah, Dilly's like, thank gosh Doug is not my caddy today, because I'd be in some big trouble. Instead, she's tied for the lead. We are back. Yuki Liu, the leader for the men.
And with 191, not the best of lies and not well struck. Going left, may find that long bunker.
It is in that bunker. So Yuki Liu, who was playing some flawless golf up until the previous hole, now we move to the women's individual up at the 16th, the par 5. And Yuna Shu coming off that clutch par-saving putt.
Yeah, trying to work, excuse me, the high draw right to left. Looks like she's done that. Did it hang out? Got a big bounce. Oh, no. That settled down right in this overseated rye and starting to mix in with the Bermuda.
Yeah, Doug, that right there just kind of takes, you know, going forward in 2 out of play.
A big moment for Dilly here. If she can hug this left side and keep one turning over and get one running down this fairway, put herself in a position to have to make a decision. That's all you're hoping for right now. Aimed well down the right. Oh, a little soft twirl. And rightfully so. Look at that thing go, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, that was just almost like a low stinger. All right, back at 15, Eric Liu.
Got to hit the low hook here from 174, and it's turning beautifully in the center, but it's carrying a lot of heat.
Very impressive with the contact he was able to make. Oh, no, that's back in the pine straw, Craig.
Now Moodley on the tee at 16.
Hole that fits her eye for sure. Look at how soft that landed and still had a little chase on it. Things firming up out here, Mr. Kutcher.
They are, and it's tightening up as well. Now an awkward stance in the bunker for Arichat Vacan.
It's a good lie, though, from 162, and this is all about good contact, and I believe he's gotten it.
It just rolls off the green. But really, all in all, that's a pretty good shot right there by a past champion here in the individual for men's. And this is shaping up to be a really exciting finish. And, you know, you think about where this championship started back in 1986, 1987, with Jimmy Chandler among the men to start this with the National Negro Golf Association. Doug, to think that this is now being played here in 2024 at TPC Sawgrass for the second time, it's incredible what has transpired.
Yeah, it just goes to show you the growth of this game and how vital the HBCUs are to golf and its growth. All these players getting an opportunity. Again, we want players to have the opportunity to play here, hone their skills at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship, build their programs, then vie for the opportunity to play in the NCAA Regional. Look, no one's upset, especially a lot of these teams, because Howard ran away with this last year. No one's upset they're not here.
Right.
It just goes to show you with a little investment what can happen to a program and how they can, you know, not only just create great young men and women, but create PGA professionals as well.
Over to 15. Yuki Liu in the bunker.
It's a tough shot there. Look at this thing running away from him. Judged the speed well, but he's going to be back in that range, just in that little testy area. He's got about 8 feet.
He's got a 2-shot lead at the moment. He's got that putt remaining for his par. And we saw Eric Liu's shot go through, so Liu still has his 3rd shot upcoming. You know, this is the action being played on the stadium course. How about over at Dyes Valley? For the 4th straight year, Texas A&M Corpus Christi won the women's championship. The first time that we've had a four-peat since Bethune-Cookman. And then the men's Division II came down to the wire. Chaminade winning by 1 over Lincoln University of Missouri. What a win for Chaminade, their first championship here. Awesome. Wow. They were plus 67. Lincoln was plus 68. Bluefield State was plus 70. In the women's team competition, Texas A&M Corpus Christi edged out Howard by 5 strokes. Now back at the 15th, this is Eric Liu from the Pine Straw.
Yeah, very difficult shot. Have to take the low route and got a wonderful bounce.
That is a really good shot. And we could have a swing here, a made putt by Eric Liu, a missed putt by Yuki Liu, and it could be a 1-shot championship. Here's Kabari for par.
Yeah, it's a putt that goes away from the water somehow. Pete Dye just absolute vicious with the way he built this green complex at the 16th.
Now the second at the 16th for Yuna Shu, tied for the lead.
And just an interesting shot here. She only has to advance this ball some 100 and 105 yards. She doesn't really need to hit it far down the fairway. You have to lay back from those trees. Give yourself an opportunity.
But with that shot right there, she brings that tree into play, no? Is it too far over there?
Well, I think she might get away with a little bit of the angle, especially if with that hole being cut on the far right side of the green. That needs to hit the stick. See the disappointment there from Sparky.
Now Dilly at the 16th, her second. All right, taking it and just laying up, and that's a good layup right there. It gets the tree out of play.
Still not the easiest shot upcoming, Justin.
Absolutely not. The stadium course at TPC Sawgrass opened in 1980. The director of agronomy, Jeff Plotz, the general manager, Derek Sprague, they've done a great job this week getting this championship set up, and this is Prachia giving it a go. And that's not a bad spot to be in. Into. We'll have some green to work with. Could be fast coming down. And Coyote Moodley, you know, she's at that point now where she's kind of having to force the issue.
Yeah, interesting to see. There's that lone pine straight through the left side of this fairway, on this shot, excuse me, that she can take, but has to be aggressive. There's her miss.
What is it about her swing that's her miss?
You know, I honestly believe when she gets to the top, she kind of loops it under a little bit, gets her path way out right. You're going to play with an extremely right face. You're going to have a very left club head, or club face, I should say. Exposes that toe. Anytime you're hitting it off the toe, it's going to come out low and left.
Now Spari Chetvakin here for his par at the 15th. And he'll drop a shot.
Given where he was able to advance the ball from that bunker with it. Had no footing. Was a great shot. Lost the shot on the pitch shot.
Mm-hmm. Now Craig Yuki Liu has a putt here to try to save his par.
Big putt.
Another lip out. We saw one on the previous hole for bogey that left a double bogey. Now he drops a shot here to go to -2. And
Justin, it's part of the golf course. 14 and 15 are the two of the hardest par fours back to back on this golf course, and he's just been out of position off the tee on both holes, and he's paid dearly for it.
So now Eric Liu, after a great shot, comes up with a par save, and all of a sudden the men's individual championship is down to 1. That's the lead for Yuki Liu.
I think he made 2 pars there, and then Yuki played him 3 over par, and that's let Eric back in.
Now up ahead at 16. Third shot for Yuna Shu. Trying to look up if that tree's in play. It's not, and she's in good position right now. That is left for a birdie. Dilly Sitno has this. It'll be her third. Tied with Una Shu at +5. Shu is 4 over on the round today. Sitno 3 over on the round today.
I'll tell you, such a tough shot right here. You've got the back of that green to contend with, the catapult balls. The back of this green, really have to dial it in. But this is not a shot you can take on the line of the hole. You can play out left. Just over toward the left side, you see those 2 sprinkler heads on the left side of the bunker. There's the ridge. Play it over there. A little check right on it. See what she elects to do.
Oh, she's trying to take advantage right now. Puts herself in position to potentially take the lead.
That is a well-executed wedge shot. Cannot be right of the flag at all. Did what she had to do. Now she's got a fantastic opportunity to make a birdie.
And you see where they are on the golf course. 16 now over to 17. And Steve Kabari not out of it at +2.
They're trying to take on this whole location. There's a ridge just left if he's got the number.
He's got the number. And he'll have that to get to +1.
What a shot. What a shot.
I mean, you want an exciting final day? We're getting it. Between the men's individual, the women's individual, the men's Division II and the women's team competitions, they were all right there. The only one that was a blowout was the men's Division I with Florida A&M. But the men's Division II was a 1-shot win. The women's team, a 5-shot win. You've got the men's individual, a 1-shot difference, and the women's individual is tied. Now on the tee at 16, the par 5 is Eric Liu, one back of the leader, Yuki Liu.
A difficult tee shot here, Justin. You would try and turn it around the corner, but that wind back in your face. He has driven it really well all day, and he's the guy that's actually been more aggressive off the tee than the guys that he's playing alongside.
I love his swing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful golf swing. It's got a little look of Tiger when he was working with Hank Haney.
That's high praise.
Nice that they avoided the divot. Now the decision's going to be made. Do you go at that Sunday hole location, even though it's Wednesday?
Sparky.
Yeah, really the line here is right on the drip line of the trees. The more you challenge the trees down the left, it opens up that second shot if you do want to go at the green in 2.
Oh, big rip there.
Did he lose it left, though? Sure did.
Hit off the tree.
That's a good break, though, to stay on the correct side, the right side of the trees. You get tangled up in there, you can have all sorts of problems.
All right, this is a critical tee shot right now for Yuki Liu.
So I watched him on the range. He had a lot of draws, a lot of fades, and so he has the ability to turn it from right to left if he wants to. I think his start line has to be further down the right and turn it around the corner. Don't challenge the trees as much, considering he has hit a couple of poor tee shots in a row.
Craig, have you seen him play today? Now that he's closer to the pack, have you seen his strategy change at all? I saw we hit that iron 2 holes ago.
Yeah, he's hit some irons off the tees. Also hit some drivers when he needed to. Magnificent tee shot.
He was asking for it to get down to bogey. The men's individual championship is down to 1. They're at the par 5 16. The women, they're tied as they are on the green at the 16th. Don't go anywhere. back on the 16th. This was just a moment ago. Yuna Shu tied for the lead. Her birdie attempt.
Justin's actually slow right around the hole, and that's really tough to recognize. You wouldn't think so going straight down towards the water.
Now this, Dilly Sitno for the lead. She got it. Wow. Wow. Dilly Sitno comes up huge on the 16th to take a one-shot lead heading towards the island green.
It's really impressive. Where that hole is located, that's absolutely has been a Sunday pin at the Players, and it is terrifying coming down the slope there.
How do you know that? I mean, you were hitting up the slope.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was pitching up the slope. Got to get right of the flag to have the best angle.
Marlon Jones, San Jose State for birdie at 18.
And this is this new pin, and they've used the PGA America have used it, the Players Championship have used it on Sunday, and what a fantastic final round of 72.
You think about, he played his first round at the stadium course, won 82,
yeah.
Finishes 72.
Yeah. That's got to be so gratifying.
Now this is Yuna Shu for her par, so all of a sudden there's been a change atop the leaderboard for the women's individual stroke play. Yuna Shu falls down to second. Here's Steve Kabari at the 17th. That's for birdie, and that gets him to +1.
One of those moments that you'll never forget. The final round of a huge championship to birdie 17 at the stadium course is really impressive.
All right, let's go back to 16. Eric Liu with an iron in his hand.
Yeah, if you're going to lay up, you got to lay well back, and it looks like he did.
Yeah.
That tree's about 50 yards short of the green. You need to be about 60 or 70 yards behind it to not worry about it. Again, with that flag more to the right, it's a little bit easier with the layup.
Now, Ari Chatvakin, the guy they call Sparky.
Yeah, you really just have to pitch this out. You can't turn it around the corner because the water juts in pretty quickly. It's pretty smart.
JR, do you feel the pressure right now? Like, I mean, can you sense it?
I can sense it. I'm sitting in the booth with you guys. I can imagine what they feel right now, especially with all that water working to the right, and you got the hardest part of the golf course coming up. You got the island green. You're so used to seeing it on TV. You want to hit a good shot. You're coming down the stretch. You see the Schefflers and Fowlers and all these guys. It's such a historical spot to play, and I mean, I can only imagine what they're feeling in those hands.
How about this here by Yuki Liu, going for it in 2 with the iron? That's a big-time shot.
Yeah, that is standing really tall, and you could see he's aiming left. He hit exactly where he's aimed. Man, does that make you feel good after sort of the stumble through the last couple of holes.
He just striped that iron.
That's a PGA Tour quality shot right there.
Here's Nanayama going for it in 2.
Yeah, took the aggressive route off the tee. You can cut it in there. May have just misstruck that. A little unfortunate. It actually catches the downslope of the bunker that propels it forward. Might be an awkward long bunker shot for Kintaro.
So these guys, as they make their way towards the green at 16, can take a peek across the lake and see where the women are getting their yardages for the 17th. The island green for the women today, playing 103 yards. And Dilly Sitno has the lead. The junior from Thailand. You're watching the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Kohler, coming down the stretch. 16, 17, 18 in the individual competitions. The women, Dilly Sitno leading by 1 over Yuna Shu, and this is back at 16 for the men. Ari Chatvakin is 3rd.
You've got to play left of the hole here. You can use the contour in the middle of the green and the wind out of the left. So if you want to hit a cut, that will be helpful.
He is playing the cut.
Just got to be a little further right. It's a really good shot. It could creep down the slope, but it didn't miss that slope by too much.
Not at all. The Delaware Blue Hen. Great shots all week by our crew working here at Sawgrass. All right, here's your leader, Dilly Sitno.
Yeah, just 103 yards and that wind down. Tough to get. You don't really have to aim at the flag on the left edge of the bunker. If you can carry it far enough that you can use the contour.
Sit. Oh, no. After a birdie at the 16th, she goes long at 17.
It's a really tough angle from over there, Justin. Basically, that's effectively where the drop zone is for the tour, and they hate going over there. It's just an awful angle. So it's been really difficult all week for the young ladies to get near that flag to figure out the number, especially with the wind coming down from the right.
So Sitno is now sitting in the water at 17. You've got Eric Liu looking at a shot, and back on the tee is Javni Prakya.
This is actually pretty smart. She's gone all the way to the left side of the tee to get a little bit better angle around that bunker. You don't have to really take direct line at the flag to get close.
Choking way down in the club.
Safely aboard, though.
Yeah, I mean, I got to imagine, Craig, you just take a huge exhale.
You too. Very thankful to get dry land.
That was the third shot for Eric Liu.
Yeah, below his standards of the wedge game. He needed to be, especially with. Oh, go ahead there.
Yeah, Una Shu just gets it on. Oh my gosh. So she just gets it on. Sitno just went over. And we may have another change atop the leaderboard. Kayuri Moodley thought maybe she'd make that run, but Moodley got into some trouble. Back-to-back bogeys, and now she's trying to take dead aim at this pin.
See if you can finish in style. Oh, that bunker's about 8 feet in diameter. Hopefully it caught that.
Moodley once again near the top of the leaderboard. She was runner-up last year, one shot behind Pukine, now to 18.
Again, challenge the water if you can. 3 wood's the right play. A little bit more loft. You can hook it from right to left.
It's a pretty swing for Steve Kabari.
Yeah, you get blocked out there. This is what makes this 18th so challenging off the tee. The tendency is to bail out, but a lot of trouble over there in the pine straw.
One of the great 3-hole stretches in all of golf. 16, 17, 18 here at TPC Sawgrass, the stadium course. The PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship continues next. look at the men's individual leaderboard here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship presented by Chase Sapphire. Yuki Liu has a one-shot lead at the moment, but he does have a look at eagle at the 16th, and here is Yuki Liu. This should be a pretty fast putt.
Well, coming down the slope it is, and then towards the hole it actually back up the hill. Guys get confused with the speed around the hole, and this is beautifully judged. And that's what I was talking about with Eric Liu. That wedge needed to be better, knowing that Yuki was gonna potentially make an eagle or definitely the birdie.
All right, now this is Dilly Sitino from the drop zone after putting her tee shot in the water.
Yeah, just 84 yards. Make sure you carry it all the way to the top. It's just so hard to do with that water just beyond the flag.
Crisscrossing our way across the lake. Ari Chatvaken. Now this a birdie attempt.
Doesn't move much around the hole, and that's where people get fooled as well. Good speed. Disappointing 5, I would imagine, for Sparky.
Wild to see how this is all playing out. From the bunker, Kayuri Moodley.
Oh, that is so good. You just have to dump it out. Look how much that moves to the right. It's an excellent shot. Hard to even get a flat stance in there.
Now this, a long birdie putt for Eric Liu.
Really has to make it. He's going to lose a shot, so Yuki potentially 2 up with 2 to play. I know there's a lot of danger.
Yeah.
These last couple of holes.
Now Yuna Shu up and over the ridge and just not taking advantage there.
Yeah, that could have nearly been a triple breaker if she carried the right amount of pace, because it would have gone a lot left, back, right, and then moved left around the hole. Tough to figure that all out.
Kentaro Nanayama, the redshirt sophomore from Purdue, hails from Jakarta, Indonesia, has this for birdie at 16.
Really good putter. Oh, excellent putt.
You know, you watch this event and you realize that this truly is a global game. You hear the accent of Craig Perks, you know it's a global game. Prakya from India. Trying to get it over that ridge and have it creep down to the hole. That's pretty well done.
Incredibly well done. You know, with the speed of these greens, probably still around 11 on the stint meter, and you get down the slope, down grain, it can run away so quickly. It's icy.
Big putt right now for Yuki Liu to get a 2-shot lead. Yes, he knows it, and give him credit because he went for that green in 2.
Yeah, if you look back on this, Justin, I really think that iron he hit there at 16 may be what propels him to victory, to stand up there and hit that shot at that moment with he'd lost a couple iron shots right, water right. He'd just gone double bogey, stand up there and hit those 2 shots to get on the green 2, and so impressive.
Now here's Sitino. This is for bogey. She just took a 1-shot lead at 16. Then she's the first to tee off here at 17. Goes long into the water, has to go to the drop zone, hit it to here.
Yeah, I think the mentality here, if you say, is just try and get the speed right. This is a great angle. See how much it's going to slide right. Don't try and force it and make the 4 and end up having a 4, 5, 6 footer coming back. Just 2-putt. You made the mistake off the tee. Obviously a lot of danger at 18 as well. Minimize the mistakes. Sort of hopped a little bit there. May have lost some of its pace.
Break. Oh my gosh, was that a good putt?
Sure was, and that hop early might have knocked it slightly offline.
So because of the tee ball in the water, a double bogey there. However, Yuna Shu doesn't have a tap in for par. So we could be tied going to the 18th. And I just like watching J.R. Smith here in the booth, observing this and knowing you've played in the biggest of NBA games. You made it on a college golf team years after you would think about playing a collegiate sport. And you see these men and women are grinding right now.
Yeah, they are really grinding. To see them go out there and shoot the scores they've been shooting under this pressure is incredible. To be able to shoot a jump shot, you know, with running and so much things going on, you just, it's a reaction. And in this sport right here, there's no reaction. It's all on you, and the ball's just sitting there looking at you like, pull it off.
And that right there, again, because of the first putt, wasn't a tap in. So she has that putt to get into a tie for the lead going to the final hole.
And in some of the most intense pressure situations, what did you go back to? Are there techniques you used, breathing, visualization? Was there any of that you did to try and calm yourself?
Honestly, I just went back to, I visualized myself being in the backyard when I was 5 years old. You know, I've had this dream so many times playing in the finals, having certain moments, and I literally just took myself back to the time when I was just in the backyard playing my little brother one-on-one, and some of those same corner threes that I was hitting back then worked years later.
That was a heck of a par save by Moodley. Now, here is Kabari from off the green at 18 for birdie. This would get him to even.
I tell you what, even par on his round today is, again, this wind has been gusty. It's changed directions. It's swirling around the trees, and this golf course was set up really difficultly.
Yeah.
Greens as firm as more. They were firmer than they were during the Players Championship, and it's so difficult to get some of these pockets where the holes are located.
We saw that first putt from Prokya. Now this for her par, and that's a really strong two-putt par for Jabni Prokya. A critical putt coming up right here for Yuna Shu. She made it look easy.
Very calm there.
Wow.
Composure is so important on this final stretch.
A bogey at 17 for Shu, a double bogey for Sitno. So they head to the 54th hole tied. And guess what? Prokya's not out of it. Two back with water lurking on two shots.
Yeah, potentially if she could make a three and put a little bit more pressure, the two at the top.
PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. What a great job the PGA has done this week, putting on a championship that feels like a major.
129 here, that whole location, just three from the edge, the wind down from the right. He doesn't have to go with this flag, center of the green. That's the mindset.
He's going at the flag.
It's a perfect spot. That ball is probably within a foot and a half of going all the way down to the flag, but took the water short and right out of play. Those two iron shots back to back are really impressive.
Like you said, it seems almost like that iron shot that he hit at 16 got him back on track. Kentaro Nanayama. Tug that one.
Yeah, but his misses today have been the pull with the iron. but safely in the middle of the green, it's no problem at all.
I mean, you're looking at 129, and you're thinking, I mean, it's a wedge at most.
Don't ever go at that flag.
Yeah.
That's 3 from the water's edge.
Here's Citino, tied for the lead, coming off a double.
It's a helpful breeze here, Justin, down from the right. With driver, you can get blocked out pretty quickly.
And that's what she did. Now it's Eric Liu on the tee. He has to be more aggressive.
He does. A really good line here. Center of the bunkers, the aggressive line. Fantastic shot.
What a shot.
And he's going to get a read from Yuki coming down the slope.
I mean, these guys are smiling right now. When do you ever smile like with your competitor and high five them?
It's great to see.
Now Moodley, also with driver, has to force the issue.
Looks like she's trying to turn it. Yeah, and
should be okay.
It's going to be fine with a left hole location too. The back right, you can get blocked out, but not there. Excellent tee shot.
All right, Chet Vacan also has to force the issue.
Yeah, that's the shot shape, cutting it to the right if he can catch the slope.
Sit, sit. And it hangs up in the rough.
Thankful for that little collar of rough there. Hasn't been there in past years, I can promise you that.
Now Jobni Prokya, she's got less than driver. Again, she is 2 back.
Now, I really think the building, the white specker building you see in the middle of your picture with a 3 with a little more loft, use the wind from the right. It's counterintuitive, feel like you have to turn it towards the water, but that's what you have to do here at 18. Yeah, very nicely done.
Prokya from the University of North Alabama, safely in the fairway. And now Yuna Shu, tied for the lead. She has driver in hand.
Yeah, just pick a very precise target and swing freely to it.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, don't be concerned about the outcome. Just trust the process. That's when you're the most successful.
Like you're 5 years old in the backyard.
Yeah, nice drive.
Yep. Just like that. Maybe she was using that wiffle ball back in the backyard with that driver in hands. 54th hole for the women. Who will come away with a victory? We'll find out when we come back. Hey, Doug, can you hear us, buddy?
On air. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello,
A
hello.
little different situation. I do hear you.
All right, awesome.
Arch, what's the plan coming down the stretch here? I was just asking what the plan was coming down the stretch.
Welcome back to the PGA Collegiate Championship here on Golf Channel, presented by ADT. A look once again at this island green. It never gets old, especially under these beautiful sunny skies. It's warm outside. It's about 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's electrifying. It's terrifying. And if you can make a birdie out here, it's so gratifying for sure. But cresting over this rise, it gets very slippery around the hole.
This is Kentaro Nanayama with some speed. Hits the hole. Oh, it's like Craig Perks.
That was pretty close to where I was actually. Oh my gosh, how good is that? It was carrying a lot of pace, but that hole got in the way, and a couple of twos on these back nine par threes are really impressive, especially here at 17 with that whole location.
That gets him back to even for the championship. Watch this. Craig Perks just had some flashbacks. I think I saw a fist pump.
Good speed indeed.
By the way, Kentaro, it's okay to say, yeah, that was cool. I mean, there was no reaction. No, all right, shot Bacon stayed on the surface, chipping.
Yeah, it's one that you just dump the club on and let it release down. With this overseeded rye, it's so sticky, tough to get the correct contact. Pretty well done.
Eric Liu, one back. He's looking at his putt, but it's going to be Yuki Liu, I believe, to putt first.
Yeah, that's correct. And it's going to give Eric a great look. You know, I think the mentality of a Yuki would be just step up there and make it. And then you put all the pressure back on Eric. Force the issue here. It's one where he's put that tee shot. It's not one that you're really overly concerned with the pace. It doesn't move a lot from left to right. It's one you feel like you don't have to worry about the speed. It's going to get there. You just get this thing started on line, it's going to go in. And that then flips all the pressure back on Eric. You know, you've already got a 2-shot lead, potentially a 3-shot lead playing 18. You play that hole so different.
This would be his 5th birdie on the back nine.
Just trust your read and get up and make a good stroke.
You could see he didn't want to let it get too far away from him.
Got it started offline immediately. You could tell. Tell you what, the 2-shot lead though, Justin, get up there and knock it in the middle of the green, make a 3. Just as impressive as what we saw on the previous hole with the birdie.
Now though, can Eric Liu make a birdie? But this is up ahead just a moment ago. Dilly Sitino. Tee shot went wide right, has to punch out. And she gets it back into the fairway. Now back to 17. Eric Liu with what seems like a must make.
Yeah, golden opportunity. Get within one.
Oh, and he trickles it in with a fist pump to get to within one. A little high five from the coach.
What a round of golf on Championship Wednesday without a bogey at the Stadium Golf Course. Under the pressure of trying to win a national championship as an individual.
You can't ask for much more than what we're getting right now from the individual championships on both the men's and the women's side. And now at the 18th, it is Javni Prakya, who's 2 back, needs to put it in tight.
Yeah, use the contour. Don't take direct line because everything runs down left. If you get this ball left of the flag, could go in the water. Just needs that one kick forward. A little unfortunate.
Yuna Shu is in the driver's position right now because she's hitting 2 with Sitno hitting 3.
And really from this spot here, from the right side, I think that left palm tree behind the green, get that ball falling down there, and everything will just kick down, tilt down to the flag. Trying to hit a little shot in here, Justin. Use the contour, go down the hill.
It's going to leave a lengthy putt. Leaves a bit of an opening right here as well.
Didn't miss that ridge by much, though.
Now this will be the 3rd shot for Dilly Sitno. And how aggressive does she have to be?
I think now from this distance, you've seen a little bit of an opening. I think you can, 10 feet right of the flag would be excellent. Certainly aiming well right.
She's eyeing it. Oh, just got an unlucky bounce.
Terrible bounce. It kicked right instead of left. As it kicked left, it would have gone all the way down to the flag. That's unfortunate.
So she'll have to make that putt, and we'll have to see if Shu can 2-putt. If she does, and that scenario happens, we'll have a playoff. Here's Moodley.
A tremendous tee shot. Just a very short wedge. You could actually play this a number of ways. Bring it low, land it short of the green, or fly it all the way on.
Just chunked it.
Yeah, the contact wasn't what she wanted.
Tie for 2nd last year for Moodley. Not going to have it this year. Disappointed. She was making a run. Got derailed. And now back on the tee at 18 is Nanayama, who had the birdie at 17.
Yeah, he's done this a lot today. Hit the iron, and he can force this iron down a long way. One of those driving irons that he can, you want it turning in the other direction.
Gonna have to see if he'll have an opening or not.
Yeah, the tough thing about laying up there is that everything tilts down towards the water. That birdie from Eric Liu really made this hole the strategy, not only from Yuki but from Eric to play it different. And I love standing up here first and taking an aggressive play with the 3-wood. He's actually one of the longest guys in the group, and I think he can force 3-wood way down there and just have a wedge in his hand. And if he steps up there and hits the tee shots that needed, then again that applies the pressure back on Yuki.
Is that 3-wood or driver?
No, I think that's the 3-wood. He's got teed low enough for a 3-wood. Some of these 3-woods have a lot of loft on them. If it's driver, it potentially going to be too much club. I think downwind can run out of space pretty quickly.
He likes it.
Oh, that's fantastic. But
sit.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
It was driver.
Yeah. And he actually teed it down and hit that little squeeze cut.
He thought he hit it perfectly. So how does that factor in now for Yuki Liu?
I actually, as far as he hits the golf ball, I'd be taking a 9 because he can still force it down there and hit a 7 or an 8, maybe even a 9 iron and get in his hand.
That's what he's got. He's got an iron off the tee here at 18.
Be more conservative with your line. Take the water completely out of play.
Taking that draw.
I tell you what, the iron at 16, the short iron at 17, and to stand up there and turn that long iron off the tee at 18, worthy of winning this individual title. The coach at Michigan said he's a junior, getting better and better and better. Sky's the limit.
It's been impressive as they're coming down 18 here at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. All right, we're back at the 18th. This is Yuna Shu for birdie, and this would give her the victory. And that's got to slow down. And all of a sudden, Yuna Shu has left the door open for Dilly Sitino, because that is no gimme for a par.
Yeah, so quick around the hole. It's downhill actually all the way to the water. And you could tell that just gaining pace throughout the entire putt.
Prachia for her par. And what this could do right here, this could really
flip it quick.
Wow. I mean,
make this one.
Sitino has a chance right here to make this putt for par, which would then force Yuna Shu to make her putt for par.
Yeah, little different angle here, and there's certainly not as much movement in the left to right direction. It's pretty much just straight down the hill.
Doug, you're out there getting ready for the trophy ceremony, and there's a chance it may be delayed.
Justin, you could just feel the tension right now and how much this putt matters. There's quite a few people around the green. They all know the situation.
Dilly Sitino from Eastern Kentucky for a par putt. Oh, wow.
You could actually sense the moment. There was a little extra waggle, just trying to get things under control, and it was a beautiful stroke.
So she is in with a bogey, and she goes to +7. Yuna Shu has a putt here to win the women's individual championship. This for the championship.
Yeah, nice. It's straight back up the hill, so use that to advantage, carry with more pace.
If she misses, we go to a playoff. Shu for the win, no doubt about it, right in the center. Wow, congratulations to Yuna Shu.
What a confident stroke.
The 2024 Women's Individual Champion at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. Whew. You can smile now, Yuna. Chavni Prachia. This is a bogey putt. A final round 75. And now Moodley. This also for bogey. So Kayuri Moodley, who finished tied for second last year, was in that final group again, but this time it's Yuna Shu who gets the victory here. And there is the smile. She's like, no, 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 no water, no water. There better be some water. That's right. Celebrate. One of the great moments.
Probably feels pretty good on a
Yeah.
day that's 90 degrees.
Teammates and friends. Sonia Tang, a former teammate, then transferred to Oregon. All right, now, so the women's individual competition is over. Now the men's competition not over. Nanayama
He could try and force this up to the front right of the green. Looks like that's what he's trying to do. The contour in his favor. This could be really, really good. What a golf shot.
Nanayama quietly 1 under on his round today.
He's got some game, man. He had a lot of shots today. It was very impressive.
Creativity.
Finished second in this championship last year. Scoring average of 73.3 at Purdue.
Now Yuki Liu. He's got the 1-shot lead.
Yeah, step up there. Things in your favor. Just you can knock this flag down. Just don't let the ball go left of the hole. Beautiful shot.
Did exactly what the 2002 Players Champion Craig Perks said. Don't let the ball go left of the hole. Played it out perfectly right. Now Eric Liu with the pressure on, down by 1.
Yeah, just unfortunate that that driver went into the pine straw. So tough to get the contact you want and get the ball to react and spin like you want. Got to pick it very cleanly. Fortunately, he's standing in the grass.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Off the hosel.
Oh, no one wants to see that for sure.
That should just about do it for Yuki Liu. Eric Liu can't believe what just happened here at 18.
She helped me make my flight.
Talk to me in this ear.
I was doing a show right here.
I got a lot of Yeah, they are. Everybody step one step that way.
I got 37.40 for 77. 2 signatures.
We are back at the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship. The women's individual champion is Yuna Shu. And at the University of British Columbia, came down the stretch, made a clutch putt at the 54th hole. Now the men's individual coming down to the final hole.
Maybe try and just make this for Eric. Use the slope, work it down the hill. This is really good.
Good shot.
To come back after the second, that sort of quality shot is very well done.
You mentioned how Yuki Liu's got game. This kid Eric Liu has game out of North Alabama. We've seen Kentaro Nanayama, the shot that he hit to get to the green in 2. And obviously Sparky Arichatvagan he won 2 years ago by 8 shots.
Yeah, I think the thing that for Yuki Liu, and these notes were passed on to me by Steve Brukowski, is that the coach said that he's a tireless and diligent worker, and he's excited to see the future and what he can accomplish. He's only a junior. To win an event of this significance toward at the end of the season, you've got all summer to work on things, and the way he played this final stretch, which is fraught with danger, they've got to give him a lot of confidence going into the summer.
Yeah, Yuki Liu was born in Beijing, China, grew up just outside of Toronto in Ontario. And this will be Nanayama from Jakarta, Indonesia. Again, this championship, the most culturally significant championship in collegiate golf.
And how about the significance if he can make this and finish 2-3 after the lengthy birdie putt on the previous hole. Breaking 2 is right. Just set it out there high enough. How about it?
Give it to him. Wow, what a finish. What a round. 2 under for Kentaro Nanayama.
And effectively just 3 guys under par for the week. So it showed how tough. The Dyes Valley is the equal nearly of the stadium course. So they challenging 3 days for this event.
Nanayama, he did finish second, tied for second last year, shot a 74 in the final round to lose by 1. He shoots a 70, 2 under in the final round this year. And Eric Liu has 2 putts from this spot right here for the championship.
Yeah, Yuki, the hardest thing to do is to 2-putt to win. So just go ahead and try and make it. Again, you don't really have to be overly concerned with the pace. The speed control's been brilliant. Just finish in style. No time to get tentative here.
Cozied it up right there, and he has that left to hoist the trophy. Put a mark on it right now.
Never easy, Justin. Never easy.
JR's talked about, playing in a tournament versus playing with your boys. Your boys will say, all right, that's good. Nobody's saying that's good here.
Absolutely not. You got to put that one, buddy.
You got to see that one.
I see that.
All right, Chet Vacan.
That actually might be helpful for Yuki.
Yeah. Chet Vacan, the senior from Bangkok, Thailand, who's been a fixture here at this championship. Tied for second last year, won it by 8 in 2022. In the final group again. And now Eric Liu, this to save his par.
This would be a wonderful par. A lot of movement to his left, and sometimes when you have the nerves and adrenaline pumping for a right-hander, a left to right putt is the most difficult.
Oh, not for him. What a par save.
What a 4. What a week.
A 3 under 69 in this final round. Chet Vacan in for his par, and now the stage is set for Eric Liu. Excuse me, for Yuki Liu, the junior from the University of Michigan, for the championship. Yuki Liu with the iron shots down the stretch captures the 2024 PGA WORKS Collegiate Men's Individual Championship. What a day it has been here at TPC Sawgrass. When we come back, we'll have the trophy ceremonies, the hardware being handed out. Don't go anywhere. Doug Smith has a lot of work left ahead of him.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you, sir. That was good. You're good. You're good. That's what that is. A lot of that, man.
Thank you for sponsoring Marcus.
Yeah, I just talked with him.
It is time now for our bold play presented by Kohler, and it came from the medalist in the men's Division I team play, Marcus Taylor. His tee shot at the famous 17. Spun it back. Marcus Taylor shot a 71 in this final round to help Florida A&M capture the victory. Florida A&M with a runaway victory here in the men's Division I team competition. Plus 27. The next closest, Alabama State, at plus 56. And for the trophy ceremony, let's go out to Doug Smith.
Well, thank you so much, Justin. I'm joined by the Division I team champion, the Rattlers of Florida A&M University. And you can clap for yourselves on that, gentlemen. I'm also joined by the Secretary of the PGA of America, Mr. Nathan Carnes, for the presentation.
Gentlemen, on behalf of the PGA of America and our 30,000 golf professionals, PGA Reach Foundation, and our wonderful partners, congratulations on the achievement, and I present you with this trophy for your accomplishment.
Coach Rice, you go ahead and pick that thing up. I know you were the last one to hold a team trophy for Florida A&M back in 2000. You were the medalist in this competition the last time that the Rattlers got it done. Talk about what this means to you in this moment.
Look, man, this is huge. You know, it's been 24 years we've been chasing this thing, and to come out this week and play like we did and dominate, and we knew how good we were, but to finish it off and bring this home is, man, it's amazing.
Tell you, we've been fighting for a while to get this championship. What is it about this group of young men that was able to buy into the system and get this championship done?
Yeah, you know, we talked about the golf course, which plays very difficult all week. I mean, the wind's blowing, and, you know, our goal was just make sure that we keep it in play. If we keep it in play, we got a good chance. But more than anything, man, these guys love each other. They play for each other all week. we didn't have anybody out here trying to win, although we do have the medalists. But it really was about the guys, and man, they fought for each other, they played for each other, and we just had a really good time.
Well, speaking of that medalist, Marcus Taylor, you got it done this week, taking home the hardware. We'll get you here in a few. Talk about the test that this course provided this week.
Yeah, no, this golf course was firstly phenomenal condition-wise, but the wind, I mean, I've seen it on TV and everything like that, but playing it and being, in the thick of it was unreal. I mean, it was so tough.
Well, they're taking the crystal back to Tallahassee, and Justin, I'll throw it back to you.
Yeah, congratulations to the Rattlers of Florida A&M. A dominant victory in the men's Division I team play. And when you win, guess what? Steve Harvey gets to say, do you want to be on Family Feud with me? What do you think? Hey, let's take a picture. Steve Harvey's loving life, much like the Rattlers of Florida A&M.
Donnelly.
Our secure plays of the day presented by ADT. In the women's individual stroke play, Yuna Shu at the 15th for par. Clutch, right in the heart. That was a theme for her. At the 16th, the par 5, Dilly Sitino putting some pressure on her though. With a fantastic approach shot, would set up a birdie, and it would give her the lead. But we know what happens in these final 3 holes. And Sitino at the island green, first to go, and oh no. Just a bit too long. So then, to 18 with the championship on the line. Yuna Shu again, dead center, walked it in, and she is your individual women's champion. A final round 77. All that matters is she won by 1. And let's go out once again to Doug Smith.
Well, Justin, I appreciate it. Women's individual champion, Una Chow from the University of British Columbia. I'm joined by the Secretary of the PGA of America, Nathan Carnes. Nathan, another trophy to give away.
Another trophy. Una, great playing. And on behalf of the PGA of America and our 30,000 golf professionals, PGA Reach Foundation, and all our wonderful partners, congratulations on the accomplishment.
Thank you.
Go ahead and grab that thing. You've earned it. And I'm going to ask you a quick couple questions. Coming down the stretch, we didn't know what was going to happen. You have a long par putt, longer than I'm sure you predicted, on the 18th. Knocked it down. What's going through your mind as you're going through your pre-shot?
I completely zoned out because I knew I had to putt for the win. So I kind of just stick to my routine and then just let it be.
Well, how does it feel to have your name associated with winning this championship at Sawgrass, and you have a national championship?
Honestly, it's such a unique experience that we get to play at this tour golf courses. So I'm just really happy that we get to play here and then kind of just enjoy the vibe. And then,
well, it has been a vibe, I tell you that. Justin, we're going to throw it back to you.
Doug, thank you very much. Una, congratulations. An unbelievable job by her to fight through after falling behind at the 16th. We'll be back with more right after this. Today's coverage of the PGA WORKS Collegiate Championship is brought to you by Chase Sapphire. Upgrade your travel and dining experiences with Chase Sapphire. By Kohler, helping people live gracious, healthy, and sustainable lives. And by ADT. When every second counts, count on ADT. Women's individual come down to the final hole. We saw the men's individual championship come down to the final hole, and Yuki Liu from Michigan is the winner, and he is standing by once again with Doug Smith.
Well,
I tell you what, Justin, closing out this championship, it has been a phenomenal time for us here at TPC Sawgrass. I'm still joined by Nathan Carnes, the Secretary of the PGA of America, and we've got to present a trophy to our 2024 PGA WORKS Collegiate Men's Individual Champion, Yuki Liu. Nathan, take it away.
Well, thank you. And first of all, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsors of Chase, ADT, and Kohler. Thank you for your support of the event. But Yuki, congratulations on great playing. On behalf of the PGA of America, the PGA Reach Foundation, congratulations, and please accept this trophy. Thank you.
Now, Yuki, you had it rolling. I'm not going to lie to you. You had it 5 under for the championship. We turned to the back now, and you faced some adversity. Let's talk about what you told yourself coming down the stretch to overcome it.
I just told myself to be confident. You know, like all those tough shots, like second shot on 16, and then tee shot on 17, tee shot on 18. They were all really tough shots when the wind picked up. So I just had to commit to my shots and then just really trust my game.
Now, when you look at the leaderboard, you get the win, you shoot 3 under par on a championship course like TP Sawgrass. What did you learn about your game to hold up under these conditions?
The course setup was hard, man. Like all the pins in the back nine were the same at the Players Championship. It would just honestly, it was just confidence booster for me. It just shows that I can, you know, go to the next level.
All right, well, he's going to the next level. Might be my new favorite Wolverine, by the way. I got Ohio State ties. I'm not going to tell you that. But anyway, Justin, to close it out, man, what a week. I'll send it back to you for the last time.
All right, Doug, thank you so much. And what a performance by Yuki Liu. Like he said, he knew it. He's a student of the game. He knew the hole locations were the Sunday hole locations for the Players Championship. And congratulations to the Chaminade Men's Division II team. They get the victory. The Silver Swords of Chaminade of Honolulu, the Division II champions. And how about Texas A&M Corpus Christi on the women's side? They make it a 4-peat. Yes, that's what we call a dynasty. It has been an incredible week for all of the student athletes here in Ponte Vedra Beach. Can't thank the sponsors enough. Kohler, Chase, ADT, the work that everyone did for PGA WORKS Collegiate Championships here in 2024 at TPC Sawgrass. It was a lot of fun for the players. It was a lot of fun for all of us. Now, for Doug Smith, Craig Perks, J.R. Smith, and our entire Golf Channel crew, I am Justin Kutcher saying so long from TPC Sawgrass. Congratulations to all of our national champions.